The following program was paid for by Southern American Media. Fox 30 WGBC invites you to the talk of all the towns in East Mississippi and West Alabama. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty Ray and Candace.
And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. This is Candace. I'm watermelon, and she's tangerine.
Yeah.
That is tangerine color,
yeah.
isn't it?
Uh-huh. My fingernails kind of almost match my.
Aren't you on a roll here?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess this is I don't know what you call it, terracotta. That's what I'm going to call it.
I'm going to have to look that up in a dictionary.
It's like, what are you talking
I'm
about?
gonna
Women
get back
know what
with
I'm
y'all.
talking about. You know the terracotta colored pots that you plant your plants in. You've seen them, I'm sure.
Okay. I was thinking it was more like an apricot, but it's going to be all right.
Well, that would be, yeah. How are y'all this morning? Hope
I'm not
you're doing good.
stylish. I'm really colorblind when it comes to that. My preferred wear is a tan button-down shirt, and I'd wear it year-round. And I may get that just my name put on it, and that way I don't forget who I am.
Yeah.
It's a lot simpler.
Put your phone number on there, or put Angie's phone number, so if you ever wander off. somebody
Look,
call
I
her.
saw something a while ago that I thought was funny. I don't care who you are. And this was on Facebook, and it's called Dog Memes. And I thought I'd pop this up on the screen just so everybody could see this. And it says, we're going to build the greatest dog park. It's going to be a great park. Probably the greatest park ever built. And the cats are going to pay for it.
Who's that remind you of? I don't know.
That was funny.
Yeah.
I really like that.
That's cute.
Yeah. So how is everybody today?
I hope everybody's doing well this morning. Yes.
50-degree weather?
It's nice.
Yeah,
It's really nice. You know, it warms up pretty quick, though. Yesterday, I almost burned up because I started out in a little sweatshirt. And then by the end of the day, I was sweating in my sweatshirt.
Mississippi. Now, I had somebody share this with me just a little bit ago. This is supposedly a gentleman in Jackson owns this home. And this is in California, but he has a second home I guess he goes to. But this is from his doorbell ring. He hit the right. See that deer?
Oh, yeah. Gosh.
He's at the doorbell trying to get in.
Hello. Anybody home?
Kind of funny. So,
That's
anyway,
cute.
thought I'd show everybody that. Who let the dogs out? Speaking of that, I don't know if it's age that's got me or I'm just turned into a wimp, but I'm missing my dog. We had to take it to Tyson yesterday. Ellie got sick.
Oh, did she?
And
I was wondering where she was.
Yeah, you didn't lose an ankle or anything trying to get in?
No, but she usually either I get barked at or just greeted, and she was not there.
Sophie was like, what's up?
Well, Sophie looks like she's gone into depression again.
She's wondering where she is, but she started acting funny, and I came into the studio, and I was making a commercial, and I went to back it up, and there was this crying on there, and I thought, ain't nobody in here but me.
Yeah.
And I listened to it and it was Ellie. So I got up, and she was right outside the studio door. Her mouth, she had drooling and shaking, and so we wrapped her up in a blanket.
Goodness.
And I took her to Tyson, and Tyson is going to do some x-rays this morning, see how our pup's doing. Worried me to death.
Yeah, I hope it's not that rug that she's been.
Yeah, she's been gnawing on a rug, and I hope that's not it. But I'm used to losing an ear about 8 o'clock at night because she wants to lick and bite, and you get kind of used to it.
Yeah, I hope she's going to be okay. Good.
He said he thought she was, but to be precautionary, he was going to take that extra step.
Dogs just, a lot of times, especially little ones, she's still got a lot of puppy in her.
She does.
They eat everything in sight. Mm-hmm. So, who knows?
I got a note a little bit ago that Faith Assembly of God in Quitman is going to have their homecoming Sunday at 10 a.m. So if you're in the neighborhood, they would love to have you come down and pay a visit. Let's see, this morning, a few things that are happening in the Meridian area. We've got, hit the wrong button, Candace. We can't do that. We've got the golf tournament kicking off in 1 hour from now.
I'm going to let you say the name.
Police Benevolent Association.
Because I will get tongue-tied, yes.
Kicks off this morning at 9 o'clock. And keep in mind, it was such a success, they've run out of golf carts.
Okay.
So if you're coming, drag your own.
Okay. So you can enter when you get there? Or
Most people are already signed up.
That's right, I figured they might have.
But they're not going to turn anybody away because all the money goes to a great cause.
Yes.
But if
it's $45 per person or $180 per team.
drag that golf cart because the city cut back on the amount that is out there. So that's where the rump roll come in.
Yeah.
And they got a yard sale tomorrow. And again, if you went up Highway 45 like you're going to the big church, the Evangel Temple, and you looked over and go, wasn't there water over there? There's not now? Yeah. They've got a yard sale, and they're trying to fix the dam is what they're doing. And all of them, they've got a big yard sale coming up. Raffle, that's going to happen tomorrow. Hope you can make it.
From 7 a.m. until 1.
Yeah. Glad I ain't got to work that. I don't do good at yard sales, I don't think.
My grandmother used to be the queen of yard sales. She'd have them. She'd go to them. She and my grandfather, that was their little hobby. They would go buy things and like redo them and resell them. I mean, little did they know that that was going to be like a big major thing. Nowadays,
they
people
even
do
have, what's the name of that show that they do now where they go to the flea market and redo it? And
flea market flip.
Something like that.
I think, yeah, they do things. But people do that all the time now. Buy a piece of furniture, paint it with chalk paint, sell it for twice or 3 times what they bought it for.
Happens a lot with women. They marry them, get them all prettied up, and then they run off with a doctor.
Yeah,
I
guess that can happen. Yeah.
Also, we got a chili cook-off that's going to be up on Highway 39 this weekend at the Fleet Reserve. As we pull this up, so you'll know where that is. That's
right. And entries are going to be accepted from 12 to 2 p.m. It's going to start at 2 p.m. The cook-off is, and $5 a bowl, $10 for all you can eat. So if you want to test all the chili,
yeah, check it out.
Pay you $10.
Yeah. Pretty much a calm night last night. Now, every time I've ever said that, I start finding out, as we get about halfway into the show, about 50 places were broken into last night.
Yeah.
But we do want to remind you this morning, if you travel this road today, there's a bridge out. Let me pull it up and show you. This is in between 59 and Highway 11 and 80. This is Murphy Road, about right there. They did an inspection yesterday, and the bridge is out. So it's temporarily closed. They're going to be doing repairs, and they hope to have that fixed before long. So just your route of travel, change your direction if you normally go that way. As we did mention, we got most of the details yesterday on everything that happened at the Rock House, the 3 arrests there. And then we had the business that had been robbed twice in a week, Oliver Construction. We talked about that also. Those were the last 2. And as always, if you have something that goes thump into the middle of the night, let us know so we can let others know about that.
Right.
Where is the yard sale? Oh, the one we just brought up. Let me go back to that and get that address where it's going to be up in the subdivision, I believe. It will be at 1610 Maple Street. And if y'all remember, the Statler Brothers had a song called Maple Street Memories. You don't, do you?
I don't. I don't remember that. No.
Clarify that.
But I smiled and go, yeah.
All about going home for Christmas and realizing you're old. Really, if you boil that down to it, and you bump into somebody you used to date, and you got kids, they got kids, and prom was a long time ago.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, well, I won't even get into. I got off in one of those kicks this morning. I got into one of those Dolly Parton's old memories, and next thing you know, I was into some Ray Scott, and I almost think it is almost one of the most perfect country songs I've ever heard. Joe Diffie. I got off into some of that. Is it cold in here, or is it just you? What a line!
Yes,
because there's
that was a good song.
Cold as ice. Y'all know them. Anyway, that's my music moment for the morning as we start today. Let's just glance around at a few things that are happening this morning. Let's see here. I mentioned this briefly, and I really think we need to bring Billy Solly in one morning to talk about this.
That would be a good one to bring in. Yeah.
There's a lawsuit in Jackson, Mississippi on the Jackson Police Department. And again, if you disagree with me in any way on this, put it in our notes. Send me an email. Make me understand this a little bit better. But a group got together and sued the Jackson Police Department. It was over traffic, what do you call those? Checkpoints.
Yeah, traffic, yeah. The checkpoints where they'll check license, registration. And if you happen to have, something outstanding, they usually find out about it.
And they've come to an agreement with them over this lawsuit where they're going to cut back on them. But as you get it, the law is the law, correct?
Right. It should be.
That's the way I feel.
Yeah, that's what it was meant to be.
And so many people, and I see it here with what I do every day. Do the law, prosecute, but when it comes to somebody that's kin to them, they go, well, wait a minute now. Now, we don't really need to do that. You don't need to say that about them. Well, yeah, you do, because they're in jail, and they did this. It is new. So many people, when it gets closer to home, kind of bend it.
Yeah.
But the law is the law, and if it was a family member of mine, I would post them. It would be there. That's just the way it is. But in this settlement, now, I want y'all to understand what's going on here. Checkpoints. Police will not, again, key word here, not be allowed to conduct checkpoints for general crime control or deterrence, or to check for narcotics or outstanding warrants for drivers or passengers. That means person pulls up, let me see your license and driver's straight. They can't run it to see if they're guilty of a crime. Oh.
Yeah. And this also says that if a person stopped at a checkpoint for any reason other than a driving offense, that officers, they can give them a ticket, but they cannot arrest them. And if they find a driver without auto insurance or suspended driver's license, they can't arrest them.
Okay, that's against the law. I'm just
Yeah.
Have we come to, and I mentioned this earlier, have we come to a lawless nation now? Because that's what that sounds like. If there's a law, but, well, you can't do that here.
Yeah. That's called, it's called bending the law. It really is. And when you bend something like that, you're just opening that door to a lot of other worse things happening. And it's not going to stop in Jackson, Mississippi.
And right, and this almost ties in. Do you remember where they had, it's illegal to do drugs, but in certain cities across America, they roped off this area. Goes, y'all go on in there. We're going to stand over here and watch y'all do drugs and not arrest you because it's okay in there.
Yeah. Well, we've got the governor in California who wants, or one of the people that's running for office. They want areas where you can legally do drugs.
Yeah. And that's basically what I'm talking about. They're roped off areas, sanctuary sections,
right,
to where you can break the law. I don't understand. Someone help me.
It's crazy.
The laws were passed. And if you don't like a law, you call your congressman and they go before and it's voted on again. That used to be how things were done. Now it's done through lawsuits. And how do we expect to be safe if the law can't do their job? Okay, let me say they had a checkpoint and there's a convicted, somebody was just murdered. And they can't ask for
so where
is somebody going to get hurt?
Is the okay coming from for this stuff to happen? Is it starting at the governor's office and working its way down? Because we do have some shady stuff going on in different areas.
Oh, yeah.
So
I'm assuming this was the city council approved that, it went before them and they had to vote to settle this and agree to those terms. It seems like somebody would have said, wait a minute, that's against the law. Let's go on to court and handle this. But, again, y'all may not agree with that. And if you don't, let me hear your side of it.
Well, that's why the world is in the shape that it's in right now, is because people started messing with the Constitution. They started messing with all the things that were put in place a long time ago, and they were meant to stay that way. Not let's change the rules to apply to the people that I like. Let's change them. So,
And I have no problem with this because if you go in to vote, what's wrong with going, instead of having to carry ID, you do a fingerprint. Everything that you do ties to your fingerprint, tied to your, if you've done nothing wrong,
right?
That's not offending. Boy, get me all stirred up on a Friday morning.
I get really stirred up. There's a lot of things I'm really passionate about. But standing your ground, like laws and stuff, they're not meant to be bent. They're not meant to be broken. And it needs to be a line drawn. If you cross that line, you go to jail or whatever the offense is, you pay the consequence for that offense.
Somebody needs to get a pair of suspenders and put on and step up to the plate.
Yeah. Put your big boy britches on.
Yeah.
Stand your ground.
What was that old saying? Big girl panties?
Put your big girl panties on.
It's time for that.
Yeah, it is.
I'm shocked.
Past time. It is.
That one, I read that, I've seen it a couple of days going on, and I read it deeper and deeper, and I'm going no, this can't be. Anyway, that's a headline out of the Capitol this morning. Jackson, Mississippi. Expect that to spread like wildfire else places. Just telling you. More coming up with Scotty Ray and Candace. We'd love to have your birthday or any event that you've got going on. Let us know about it.
Yeah.
More's on the way.
Health Now is your locally owned medical equipment store. Every person's need is a little different, and they offer a little bit of everything from hospital beds, wheelchairs, reclining back wheelchairs, breathing treatments, CPAPs and supplies. They even have walkers, bath products, and oxygen. And the great thing about Health Now is they offer same-day service. They're open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and on call 24/7. Health Now Medical Equipment, where we treat our patients like family.
If every time the wind blows you get a little leery about a tree over your house, talk to my friends at Reed Tree Service. There's no reason to be worried about a tree crashing through your house. Mike Reed has years of experience dealing with trees. It can be as simple as having a limb removed or a tree that is just huge too close to your shop or house. It's not going to cost you anything to have Mike come out and give you an estimate. They're licensed and insured, taking care of East Mississippi and West Alabama. Reed Tree Service. Have tree, will travel. The Square Peg Mini Mall is located across from the Neshoba County Co-op in Philadelphia, and they're getting ready for the Christmas season with a large variety of furniture and over 30 vendors to browse through. You can take advantage of the layaway on furniture and not pick it up until Christmas Eve. The inventory is constantly updating, and there's always a chance for a surprise when you step inside. Family owned and operated, where they treat you like family. Come visit the Square Peg Mini Mall located at 335 West Main Street in Philadelphia. And welcome back with Scotty Ray and Candace, bright and early on Friday. And I brought this up this morning. Does it really feel like Friday?
I'm telling you, this week flew by. I'm glad it's Friday, but we have a ton of birthdays already.
Yeah, it is. Who you got?
We want to say happy birthday on Sunday. Tony Keller is going to have a birthday. Happy birthday to you. Hope you didn't think yesterday we forgot about you. And let's see, Nelda Cooley, happy birthday to you. Christy Harper Shelton, happy birthday. Jackson McCree, he's 14. Hope you have a good one today. Mickey and Ricky Roberts on Sunday. They're also having a birthday on Sunday. And Johnny May Shelton, he's 78. Happy birthday.
Johnny is a she.
Excuse me. I put M-A-Y because he was reading it off to me. I'm sorry. She is 78 years old. Hope you have a wonderful birthday.
Great birthday time. Yes, do you see where Shad White's been at it again?
Oh, has he?
Oh, he done got some handcuffs out, and he's been sent that little ink pen that he's got that he sends out. Goes, you owe me some money, and his
pen is busier than Joe Biden's.
It is.
It is.
He went on to say it doesn't matter how itty bitty it is in the state of Mississippi, all the way to the biggest scandal that Mississippi's ever seen. I'm going to do my job, and he did it yesterday. As he goes to Tunica, which is northwest Mississippi, right up there by Memphis. The guy that ran the airport was using the credit card there at the airport to go buy personal items. Spent about $9,000 worth on himself.
Oh, goodness.
He's been cuffed and stuffed, and the letter in demand has been sent. Most likely won't have a job very long. Rump row.
Yeah.
Got caught. When it's federal or state, there's just no way that you can ever hide that. You may think you're good. Okay, let's admit it. There were people in the past that you could hide it until Shad showed up in town.
Yeah. I don't think anything much gets by him.
Man,
I'm not going to say nothing gets by him, but I mean...
Have y'all really thought about his poor wife and her trying to go do shopping, and he's got a budget, and he cracks down on her? Can you imagine how bad that would be? Or the kids?
Yeah.
You got your allowance. You're not getting the extra penny.
Look,
he probably can tell them what they've gotten since birth.
I bet he has, like on Life 360, he has notifications when the wife goes in certain stores.
I know that, like, you can put this on vehicles seriously. You can put a tracker, or if your car is ever stolen, and you can put up areas that an alarm goes off if a person gets near. Like if you own a company and a liquor store is where a job site is, you put that as a roped off area to where you would get an email that goes, near a liquor store, your employee. You can do this to your spouse near a mall. Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
You got to be creative.
Store. You know, some women are like obsessed with buying shoes.
They are.
So, they are.
I don't guess I have a lot of obsessions. I got a bunch of tools, not near what your husband's got.
Oh gosh, yeah.
He's like got me beat.
You know, he's one of those that you go to buy him something, you're like, I have no idea what to get him because he's got anything. You know,
you're almost better on that to give a gift certificate to go get a hamburger somewhere because a person will use that.
I think if all else fails and a man like loves tools and stuff, just buy him a gift certificate to Harbor Freight.
Yeah, great place to
or
go.
somewhere. You know, they always find something up in the Harbor Freight.
Look, I'm not going to lie. I'm like in withdrawals every Christmas now because there's no Craftsman store to go stare at.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Yeah. Were you
Everything
Sears all the time?
Yeah, all my stuff is Craftsman, and I'm not sure that Lowe's gives you your lifetime warranty on what you already got.
I don't know. You might have to switch to, what is it, Cobalt? Or,
Yeah, it ain't as good. It don't feel the same.
What's that other one? Milwaukee?
Oh, yeah, you're getting into some money now.
Yeah.
And step on up. You'll be making payments weekly on that for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Now, a serious note here as we look across the nation today of it's always important. A lot of say, I don't pay attention to news. It's good to know what's going on in other areas as we watch Putin. This is starting to get serious. Even Joe, who doesn't know where he is going, hey, I'm a little scared that Armageddon is coming. This guy has launched submarines, and he has vowed that he's going to launch a nuclear weapon because he's losing the war. The United States, the people in the military, not Joe, said, if you do this, we will retaliate, and all of our allies, which would mean that number 3 thing. We certainly hope that this does not escalate to that in any shape, form, or way, but that's kind of spooky. Here's the next, and again, this is all hypothetical. This may even get into conspiracy theory type thing, but I read an article that goes, does someone know something they're not telling us? As the U.S. supposedly is stocked up on $300 million worth of radiation sickness pills. That makes you go,
Yeah.
Again, that is far.
I have, there's a place, I want to say it's in Texas, but that sells these underground bunkers. You know?
Yeah. They're busy, aren't they?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they have been busy for a long time selling these. And you'd wonder, like, well, who has the money to buy that kind of stuff? I mean,
because it's $100,000.
Oh, these are homes under the ground. You know, I don't.
And basically what it is a huge culvert.
Yeah.
They take it and they weld up the ends, make it watertight, and then they bury it with escape hatches. And you can even use this for tornado shelters. A lot of people use it for that. But those are popular.
Oh, they have like, I can't even remember the square footage of some of these places. I mean, it's like a humongous house under the ground. Some of these
really reminds you of, and who remembers the name of the show, because I'm fisting to forget it, but Brandon Fraser, to where his daddy was a scientist and something exploded and he thought during the 60s.
Oh, when the mom and the daddy were living under the ground?
Yeah. Then he comes out 30 years later to go buy supplies. It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
I
They
like
were living
that show.
under the ground all the time.
Yeah. So that is the headlines there. Let's see what else is going on across America today as we glance. We've talked about that. Now, I only saw a clip of this last night, and I admitted earlier, upon my 50 years upon this earth, I have never listened to or heard an interview that Kanye West has ever done. I've never heard the man really speak until last night. I listened to a little bit of his comments. He does rap. I know that he went out to Joel Osteen's church. You know, he believes in the Lord. Now, he went on to say that people run him down in the media and don't portray him for what he really is. That man didn't have he said, once. His eyes didn't blink. He is so well spoken.
Yeah, a lot of people, because of things he's done in the past, like they were talking about this morning, one of the people made the comment, a lot of people just think he's crazy.
And to read the news, you would think so.
And I have before said, he's a little shy of a,
hadn't got all 52 cards.
Right, yeah. But, yeah, he is, I think he's pretty smart. I mean, I really do.
But he made it he goes, I believe in the Lord. And he goes, you look at the media in America, and he goes, they're anti-religious, basically. He said it a different way. But he went on to say that he didn't say 90%, he said the majority of the news media are against it. And he said, they get on me about that.
Yeah, and he said, like, one of the people he supports politically, which I guess is Donald Trump.
Yeah.
When he said that he was supporting him, a lot of people ran him down and said, people they're gonna disown you. You're not gonna be, they're gonna cancel you.
Yeah.
They're gonna do all this stuff. And I think he still stood his ground,
And even the shirt that he had on this week that said White Lives Matter, he said his daddy told him, he said, son, they do matter.
All lives do
yeah.
matter. Yeah.
Kanye, he goes, man, look, they made up all this about me being sick and buying a house next to my ex. He goes, I want to be near my kids.
Right.
I get that. So if you haven't heard that, and I didn't hear all of it, I just heard a couple of minutes of it, I was impressed with what I heard. It seemed like a guy that really, really cares. Now, does he do things that make you think, maybe there's more to him than we've ever really realized? So pay attention to him. Do your own research on it is what I mean.
Right. And he says that, people want you to, people, all the time talk about, have a voice, but they don't want you to use your voice.
Yeah.
That if you have a difference in opinion from what they have or something like that, they want to silence you.
Yeah, and that happens.
Yeah.
But do your own research on anything that we talk about or that you know about. Do some research on it. See if you agree with it. Make your own opinion. That's what it's all.
Well, we always welcome everybody's opinion. It might not be the same as ours. Yours might not be the same as mine, but it's always a welcome thing. We don't have to agree. We can agree to disagree.
Kelsey, did you pronounce that Kelsio?
Kelso
Thomas said he called it a media godless. And that's how he put it.
Yeah.
Boy. Las Vegas yesterday, it was kind of quiet. It was 6 people stabbed, 2 people died from it. Horrible there.
I think that's where I saw him running down the sidewalk. The guy, he was just stabbing people just randomly going.
He's been cuffed and stuffed and booked. And 2 people did lose their life on that.
That's horrible.
It just wasn't wall-to-wall coverage like you normally see. And somebody made the comment, probably because it didn't have a gun involved. Now, as the Blaze Media, I think a lot of people have heard of that guy that handles that. They've got a story this morning about a 22-year-old Colorado woman, this Tinder date thing. Coerced this old boy.
What I say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
Craziness.
I guess she convinced him of this. Maybe people like this of being handcuffed.
Some people have different, I guess you call them fetishes. I don't know.
That's that word.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I was going to let you use it. I wasn't going there first.
Yeah.
But he was duct taped, choked, and then she just went ahead and killed him.
And then she ordered. I guess she was hungry.
Yeah, it's like,
I guess she done worked up an appetite. So yeah.
How horrible it! And she's a young girl.
She called the DoorDash people, of course.
I'm speechless over this one. Don't know what to say. Why it ever happened.
It takes
there.
all kinds to make up the world. It just so happens there's a lot of crazy ones out there.
I've a lot of people that were trying to quit smoking switched to the vape machines. Y'all know what I'm talking about? You've seen them in the elevators.
Yeah.
Say it's one of the biggest things that teenagers have been hooked on now. And they're saying maybe it's not as good for them as they thought.
Are you talking about the little handheld ones? Yeah. In the past, I had heard that they were, kind of dangerous. They called it popcorn lung. Is what they can call. Yeah, that was like the term that I had read, that they said that it can cause like the lungs to, I don't know if it causes them to harden but the chemicals in these things cannot be good for you. So,
As we learn more and more about this, and I know I'm every time I bring this up, they go, I'm picking on this particular breed. I'm not. But if you have small children, elderly, always be careful of the type animal you have. Yeah. We find out that a 6-month-old and a 2-year-old were mauled to death by their own pet, and it being a bulldog.
I think any kind of animal, I don't care how sweet they are or how sweet you think they are. I mean, they're just unpredictable. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's not like you can carry on a conversation and them talk back to you. You don't ever know what they're thinking.
Even little dogs will nip at you.
Well, children, too, can maybe, I guess maybe a dog could feel threatened by a smaller, because they're smaller than them.
And if they were to pick up a piece of food that dog thought was theirs, we know how that goes. Yeah, even Sophie's went at me once, and I said, you do that again, me and you going to have a long conversation.
Because even the sweetest dogs, I mean, and, I know how people feel like the dogs are part of their family. I mean, we have animals ourselves. So.
That's right. Take a shoe from a woman, see what happens to you. She gets offensive. Animals are the same way there.
That's right.
We're learning more and more about this. We don't know where it's going to end, what's going to happen, but we know that OPEC has cut production by 2 million barrels. What does that mean? The gas has gone up. We saw it go up 40 cents. I hadn't heard this morning if it's gone up any more. Mm-hmm. But as we learn more about this, the energy folks in America said it won't be long before Joe starts crawling back. It's not working out for him. His shutting down everything in America. At least we hope he comes crawling back. We hope production will go back up and Americans will be able to eat again.
This is just like it's like a boat going down.
This is worse than being hung on the Love Boat.
Goodness gracious.
We'll let you know how this turns out as news starts breaking of what. I hope they give some relief on this. Scotty Ray and Candace, it is Friday morning. The weekend is close to us. We'll be right back.
Yes.
As the seasons change, so do your clothes. And Garrett Sports Center on 8th Street has exactly what you need. Habo shirts, long and short sleeve. Also Hulk shirts. And America's favorite brand, Carhartt. Whether you need work pants or slacks for church. And nothing lasts like a pair of Carhartt overalls. Maybe it's a set of boots that you need. From box to lacrosse, they have the boot for you. And as hunting season rolls in, they have all the camouflage you need and toboggans to boot. Garrett Sports Center, 3505 8th Street, Meridian.
There's something special about autumn. Colorful snapdragons, eye-catching mums, and pumpkins. What better place to pick these up than at Al's Garden and Gift? Come see the bountiful selection of pumpkins in a vibrant array of colors and sizes. Choose a handmade wreath or decorations to welcome an entrance or an indoor space. Savory sides will make tailgating fun with Captain Rodney's, Goodson pecans, Grumpy Man, Redneck gourmet jellies, grilling sauces, and more. Al's Garden and Gift, a charming place to harvest memories and gifts this fall.
On this field, as on the gridiron, each inch is fought for and marked by sweat. Each inch taken through disciplined training. With a Kubota L2501 tackling each inch in the trenches, whether those inches are measured here or here, all adding up to yards. For each yard, Kubota measures victory, and the touchdown is Parish Tractor. Here, we're much more than a tractor store.
Welcome back. Chet's Paint and Body. That's where you'll find all the folks there today to take care of you when it comes to your automobile.
Sorry.
We've got lots going on there as we look at Chet as he comes down. He'll take care of a truck. It's got a bent-up door. If you've got anything that's happened to it, talk to him. One of the nicest names, and, well, it's spoke of highly. Color matching that is incredible. You got a small ding, a big dent, they'll do it all there for you. Chet's Paint and Body. They're located right there in Center Hill on the curve before you get to the elementary school. It's one way to find it there.
Yes.
See them. They'll get in there and help you out. You're the paint booth. We won't get anything in your paint. Makes it look great. Yeah. They'll help you out with all of your insurance work, handling all of that, and contact your agent for you. Handle that, and also get you lined up with a local place to come give you a car to drive there.
Yes.
They call those rental companies.
I've had to use them several times. Everything is so organized and
right. They got a Candace file.
They do.
Just pull that drawer out.
They do.
A hard drive full.
It's a dear garbage can. Yeah.
Oh, that does happen.
Yeah. We want to say happy birthday also this morning to Brandon Seipel. He's 19. Ashton Ray, 14. Happy birthday. And Leela, I guess that's Peanut. Davis is 34. So happy birthday to y'all.
Now, as I looked around.
Also Exo Moore.
Exo Moore? Okay.
Yes.
As I looked around, there's not as many things that happened in history on this date. It's just kind of a slow thing that they said it's Friday. Let's take the day off.
Yeah.
But we go back. 1943, this old boy, he would say a name that people, I remember him laughing about this. What are you scared of?
Oh, good.
And he spoke up and he goes, there's one thing that keeps me awake at night. And he goes, Osama bin Laden. Everybody know? Yeah, he knew what he was talking about too, didn't he?
Yeah.
Y'all remember this guy?
I do.
Ollie North. Is he still a commentator on news networks?
I don't know. Is he?
There for a while he was.
I don't know if he passed away.
Could
Did
be.
he pass away? I think.
Not a regular.
I think it's possible that he passed away.
I think this guy changed names because when he first come out, his name was Mellencamp, and then a few years later, it'd be Cougar.
Yeah.
And then it was Mellencamp. I don't know.
Yeah.
But the full name there we're talking about has a birthday. 1951, John Cougar Mellencamp. Jack and Diane.
Yeah.
So many other songs. Hurt So Good. Y'all know the music of him. I like him a lot there.
I think his daughter is on one of these housewives shows.
Really?
I think her name is Teddy, if I'm not mistaken. I think she's on the Housewives of Beverly Hills or something. Yeah.
Not one of, and the object of that show is how much you can cause an argument.
Yeah.
Truly.
Yeah. Yeah, there's cat fights all the time on there, so.
Sometimes people don't like the truth. When you tell them, they get mad at you. And then there's others that go, yeah, you're right, and I like that. This guy is kind of known for that. He stuck out like a sore thumb.
Yeah.
Simon. Yeah, your mama told you could sing You Can't Go Home. Now, has he loosened up a little bit on that newer show that he's on? Not
He
as critical?
seems nicer. I don't know. I think he went through some health issues, and then maybe that kind of was an eye-opener, like, maybe I need to get a little bit nicer, you know? But, yeah, he seems a little bit more laid back.
Yeah.
I've seen him cry a few times.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't think he could cry about anything.
I know, but he's cried.
What was that song, Big Girls Don't Cry?
Yeah.
Simon cried. Really?
He has cried.
You have to find the video and send that to me. I didn't think he could.
There were several times. Yeah, I don't know if maybe, I don't know, something
Barbara says she loves
softened
it.
his hard heart. Yeah.
Heart of Hearts. Oh, R&B. If you like R&B music, you'll know this name immediately when we show her picture. You go, oh, yeah, she's nice looking. Anybody remember Toni Braxton? She's celebrating a birthday today. So that would make her 55. Is that right?
Yes,
50, yeah.
I think 55.
Yeah, 55. Born in 67.
I've always thought she was really pretty.
Yeah, I don't know any of her music, but they say she's really good. I like blues a whole lot there. Who would have ever suspected I'll be back to end up being governor, and then we found out that him and the nanny had something going on. Arnold Schwarzenegger was born on this date. No, wait a minute. He was sworn in as governor back in 2003 on this date.
Yeah.
They had like a re-election, a callback, and he won.
I wouldn't have
Bodybuilder.
I wouldn't have pegged him as a politician back in the
No.
Terminator days.
But
But
he sure
you never
wasn't.
know, I guess.
Messed up everything there, and after his wife found out, she was kin to the Kennedys too, if I'm not mistaken.
Maria Shriver. was
Yeah,
that
I wasn't about to attempt to say that last name. Wasn't nobody at Northeast High School named that. That's the only reason I can't pronounce it. Instagram, do you use it?
No. Oh, yeah, I have it, but I don't ever get on it.
I've got it also. It's one of those,
Yeah.
well, if I need it, I got it.
I don't know why I have it. Every now and then I'll pop on it and I'll have like a bunch of notifications or something.
It's basically pictures that you look at, best I can tell on it.
basically, yeah.
Unlike where Facebook, you can type out your messages more. But they say expect more ads as revenue is falling on Facebook and those things. They're going to be pushing more ads on that. So be prepared for that. If you use that a lot, you'll see more commercials coming. Kevin Spacey, what's your take on him nowadays?
He's an odd bird. That's what I'm going to say.
House of Cards was the latest thing. He's been in tons of movies, but he's being sued by everyone and his brother.
Well, there was all that mess a while back about him. It was making sexual advances.
And this is what this is
Yeah.
about. He's in the headlines today.
Yeah.
But also at the same time, if something happened 40 years ago, there's got to be a line that you can't go back that far. Things, you don't have evidence from that way back.
But didn't that have to do with like a juvenile or something back in the day?
This one does.
Yeah. I just don't know. I just think he's
It's like do I think Bill Cosby is guilty of a lot of things? Yes. Do I think it's right for someone to come up and say, well, back in 75 he did this, or back in 69? I think that's a little long ago to do that.
No, I do think that why if something happened that long ago, why didn't you speak up then?
That's
or
my
at least
take on it.
around about the time that it happened, but
I just think it's a long time to cry wolf after that long.
But I think if you were an adult and you had some kind of a advancement to a child at any time, I would be leery of you anytime. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I just think that, I don't know, that's just kind of sick to me. So
That's my thoughts on it. Do you know that this has been super quiet. Do you know the U.S. carried out an airstrike in Syria? Took out 2 bad guys from the Taliban, from ISIS. I wasn't even aware of that.
I was not aware of that either.
Kept that under lid there, but those jets, they fly pretty quick, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
Right now, we still are the most successful nation there with the military. I certainly hope we keep that. Now, I've been seeing this, and I even thought about calling the Meridian Police Department going, hey, why don't y'all do this? Have you seen this nationwide where they're doing this Coffee with a Cop program?
I have not.
McDonald's nationwide has been involved in it. It's where the cops go to a local McDonald's or a coffee shop, and they sit down, and residents can come in, have a cup of coffee, and just ask a casual question. A lot of times people are scared in a formal meeting room to stand up. They say that what they've been doing is just cops sitting down, 3 or 4 of them, and you come in and you go, hey, why does this happen? And they explain it.
Yeah.
Portland, Oregon is where we go next. They set this up. The place that it was going to be held, it was attacked. All the windows knocked out because they were going to have the police there. this goes back to help me understand. It is the law.
Well,
and tore up this man's business.
Yeah, well, stuff like this is happening now because the burning of cities and tearing up and riots and all that mess was allowed to happen a while back. So now the criminals think they have the run of everything. They think nothing's going to happen to me.
In Portland, I think that's 100% true. They just about run that city. I also saw this morning, and I brought this up. I'm trying to think of the name of the company that is moving. Is it? Oh, the place that owns Jimmy Dean. I brought this up earlier this morning. Is moving from Chicago to Arkansas. Employees don't feel safe.
Yeah.
They're getting out. And there's going to be more and more of this. And when you don't have any revenue coming in these large cities, maybe it will catch on.
Yeah.
They come up and take your flower pot, and there's nothing you can do about it. Sad news as we look at this, Candace, it breaks my heart as we talked about puppy dogs. The oldest known living dog has passed away at the age of 23. Have you heard about that?
23.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Now, they had the
ours
papers.
was 19 when she passed away a few weeks ago.
Here's the pup there. But to be known, the oldest
Chihuahua.
living one.
Yeah. I guess that's a little Chihuahua.
That's what it looks like. So Daily Mail shared that one. That's where I got that picture from. 23rd, but had 32 puppies and switched to cat food as she get older.
Well, the cat food, I think it's easier for them to
Softer.
chew. Yeah, I think it's easier because, at that age, I would doubt she has all her teeth.
And
dogs
you're
lose their teeth and stuff, but yeah.
Yeah, Tyson's had to pull a few of our pups.
My mother lost her little dog yesterday.
Oh.
Yes, and she'd had her for, I think, 16 years.
I
Sweet
won't
little
tell you.
dog, but she had a disease called Cushing's disease, and I think she lived a little bit longer than they had expected her to live, but she lived a good life. I'm telling you, the dog was
Pampered.
yes.
Got everything she wanted?
She was a good dog, yes.
I got a text those areas we're talking about. They're called gun-free zones is what was sent to me. Makes a lot of sense there. More up and coming. Already 19 minutes toward the top of the hour. We'll be right back with, lots more information. J&J Tire and Muffler, located at 3420 8th Street, invites you by. And if you need a front-end alignment, make sure to try their new state-of-the-art alignment machine. No matter the size of your truck and car, J&J can align it. J&J also has touch-free mounting, laser wheel balancing, and as always, they provide preventive maintenance, including CV axles, shocks, struts, brakes. And they even do work on motorcycles. With the largest selection of new and used tires, along with exhaust systems. Locally owned and operated since 1978 in Meridian.
One of the most important places to you is your home. That's why Patrick Allen Companies is proud to provide style, functionality, and security to your home. There's nothing quite like a well-designed overhead garage door or vinyl replacement windows, or the safety of a storm shelter to help your family feel protected. Patrick Allen offers doors and windows for commercial and industrial with dozens of innovative designs. Patrick Allen Companies, safety, service, and satisfaction.
Mark your calendars for the Holiday Extravaganza Gift Show, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Saturday, October the 29th, at the Lauderdale County Agri Center. From boutique items, jewelry, wooden items, T-shirts, tumblers and candles, soups and dips, home decor, and stocking stuffers. Gift ideas galore. Something for everyone on your Christmas wish list. That's Saturday, October the 29th from 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. The Holiday Extravaganza at the Lauderdale County Agri Center. As we head to the Lauderdale County Farm Supply, I'm telling you, they got a lot going on up there. Well, deer season's here. We're getting ready for this. And as we mentioned, don't forget next week, if you hadn't bought your seed yet, get prepared. We got one day it might rain.
Yes.
If you've been holding off, go ahead and get your seed and be ready for it. Farm Supply's got it all there. Any type you're looking for, grass seed, if you want to put wheat, it's all there for you, including deer cameras, the latest scents that are out there, no nonsense, we can't smell you, you'll like that, along with tents and things that, even if you need a hanger, they've got those as well. Feeders, just multiple ways to get you ready for deer season. You'll enjoy it. Browse around, take a look there. Inside the patio furniture, and of course the flower shop. And as we get ready for fall, it has arrived. You need some decorations, they got all that stuff.
That's right. The men go off to hunt, the women stay home and decorate. Go
No,
to
they
the
actually
Lauderdale County Farm
party.
Supply.
This is, you can decorate for
Or
your
they
party.
go shopping. Yeah.
Jeans, jackets, and a whole lot more there with ball caps and shoes and boots. It's just cram full of stuff that you need every day.
Yeah.
It's working man stuff. Nothing wrong with it there, including your pet supplies. See them there at the Lauderdale County Farm Supply, exit 151, right off the interstate. Drop in and visit with them today.
I guess I shouldn't have said the men go off to hunt, the women stay home, because lots of women go hunt. I'm one of them. I like to hunt.
And they do.
But, I decorate in my spare time.
But a lot of folks sure like deer season.
Yeah,
they
they
didn't
do.
like it when they first got married, but the longer they're married, they urge them to go stay 2 weeks. Just send us a text. It'll be okay.
Oh, goodness.
Lots of folks talking about their puppies have switched over to cat food because it's easier.
Mm-hmm. We want to say good morning to Leonard Mize. He is in Harold, South Dakota at 29 degrees. So he's a lot chillier than we are right now. But he's headed back to Louisville, Mississippi, and we hope he has a very safe trip.
29 degrees. I'm not, that's cold. I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
As we look at that. That guy that we've talked about for the third day in a row that was jumping from the roofs. Anybody check on that? He says, there ain't nothing to it. I'm not James Bond. I do this every day.
Yeah, I wouldn't have done it.
And we're talking about the guy that was jumping 23 stories high, taking pictures of leaks in roofs.
Yeah, I think I'd have a little bit.
Safety harness, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, nothing. He was just jumping from one wrong move, and he was gone.
I got a bad feeling they're fixing to cancel his life insurance today. You made the news,
He's
buddy.
a daredevil. Yeah, a daredevil.
Oh, let's see here. Judge has delayed the trial and says that if they close the deal by October 28th, then he can go ahead and buy it. And what we're talking about is Twitter as we get into all of that. So we'll see if Elon moves ahead and buys it for the amount of money that he offered them. I don't know if that'll...
Maybe he'll go through with it.
And they don't want it to go any further because they say if they feel like if they go past this month, he'll come up with some other excuse not to buy it.
Right.
Stocks have jumped around.
I was wondering if he was bound to do it, bound to buy it. But,
he was trying to find loopholes is what he was after. I don't know why, but I think that what you're seeing now is he wanted them to drop the lawsuit is because he knows he will lose.
Yeah.
He signed an agreement that said, I'm going to buy it for $44 billion. And now he was trying to whine a little bit, saying, well, it's going to take me a little money to get, take me a little time because that's a lot of money to get my hands on.
Right.
Judge says do it or the lawsuit proceeds.
Okay.
See what happens there. We have a Purdue University. A student was murdered in their dorm room in the middle of the night. 20 years old. Went off to college. Will never get to go home again. Investigation is underway on that. Spooky that things go on here. Federal agents say they have enough evidence to charge Hunter Biden with tax crimes, false statements. Do y'all really think that will happen? I'm going to go ahead and say no because then everything on the computer would probably be used in a court of law, and they don't want that to happen.
Well, I was listening this morning to someone who said that they thought it was kind of just a setup. They thought that they were bringing all this mess out to kind of say, okay, well, we're going to downgrade everything and just make it look like we're just not paying attention at all. We're going to charge them with something. That way, if they want to charge Donald Trump with something, it's going to say, well, we did it for him. Why not do it to Donald Trump? They said that they thought it was a setup.
This evidence on it is just so thick, though. I mean,
it is, but they were saying that they thought that they were going to brush the stuff that was the main things that he needs to be charged with under the rug. And
maybe
it was going to be stuff like something about a gun that he bought.
But how can you ignore when...
Yeah.
But again, nothing shocks us anymore what we see.
But now I heard also someone spoke out against that and said, oh, they're not stopping until they have him charged with everything that they intend to charge him with. So
I would be shocked if any charges because of who he is. Let's just, we can all sit here and go, the law is the law, but we know that there are those that it seems are above the law. Yeah. It happens every day.
Yeah.
We see it. Prime is having another one there. You ever do the Amazon thing? The Prime is having an extra one.
We have Amazon Prime.
They're getting ready for Christmas and hiring 150,000 people to get them through the Christmas season. It's a lot of jobs.
It is.
Of course, that's going to make a job report look good. It's temporary jobs, but it will give it a little boost there.
I hope it's not a big delay, though, on stuff being ordered. At one time, when all the COVID was going on, we were...
Now, I get controversial comments on this anytime this is ever brought up about marijuana, as we well know that it now can help health issues. Don't have a problem with something that's legal and helping that way. But did you see where yesterday Biden and the federal government has thrown out at least 6,500 convictions for simple possession of it, and he's urging the rest of the nation to do this. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? There's going to be some that draw the line and go, that's not a good idea, and others go, well, there really wasn't anything to that to begin with. Why'd they do it?
Yeah.
I don't know what side of the fence you're on, friends, but that's what's happening. And it may be others that are let out and all charges are dropped here in the near future. That's what we're seeing.
Yeah.
Biden's approval down even further, below 40% we see there. As we had, 32-ish days? I'm close.
Yeah. It's close to 30. Yeah.
Y'all be ready.
Not long. It's going to fly by. It'll be here before we know it. Yeah.
And I don't have it pulled up from the office, but if you're getting ready to register to vote, there's a deadline on that. If you haven't switched, if your address is changed in any shape, form, or way, make sure to go get that fixed up where you can vote properly there.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things happening. Scotty Ray and Candace, 10 minutes till. Y'all put a smile on. We'll be right back. Folks, if your yard is needing grass and you need it quick, talk to our friends at Coates Hydro Seeding. They offer residential and commercial. The great thing about this, it doesn't wash, the water treads, and it holds the soil in place. It's the easiest way to grow grass. That's hydro seeding. You'll get a great-looking lawn without all the dry spots. How many times have you put out seed and it gets washed away, blown away, or even the birds eat it? Talk to our friends at Coates Hydro Seeding, 601-728-1954. Time to stop spending your entire weekend mowing grass. Step up to a Skag zero-turn lawnmower. Freeman Tractor in Collinsville has the #1 rated zero-turn mower, Skag, with cutting widths from 36 inches to 72 inches. Skag, the #1 choice of professional landscapers because they know nothing outcuts or outlasts a Skag. 0% financing for 48 months with payments starting as low as $129 a month. Stop by Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 and see coleslaw or buttermilk.
Meridian's favorite barbecue is Squealer's Barbecue, named the barbecue capital for the state of Mississippi. Whether it's barbecue, wings, or burgers, Squealer's simply has the best for a family environment. Every Thursday night, there's live music out on the porch. Takeout orders are welcome, and whether it's your next tailgate or large catering event, your friends at Squealer's are there to help. Drop in for lunch today or a night out on the town. Squealer's Barbecue, the best in fine barbecue.
Welcome back. Of course, Maple's One Stop is there for you. At some point today, you're probably going to look down and see the little E there. Drop by for the lowest gas prices around. They try to help you out there. And breakfast already up and going out at St. Paul's and also in Causeyville this morning. Yes. Grits, bacon. Ain't nothing wrong with a bacon biscuit every once in a while.
I know, but when you're starving to death.
You don't want to look at this, do you?
Wonderful, though. Yeah, they have great breakfast.
Lunch is on the way as well, as it'll be here right here before you know it there at the deli. Yeah. Drop in and visit with them. We'll post that in a little while. The coffee is hot, and, of course, the drinks are cold. That's what's important there. Candy bars, and, well, if you just need a bag of Doritos, make yourself feel better about yourself. They got it, along with lottery tickets and ice cream, so much more. All these different locations from Pine Springs, Bonita, Causeyville, and you can drop by Broadmoor, 31st, and Last Chance Tobacco. Visit with them at Maple's One Stop Shop as they bring you into another day. Already 8:52, Candace.
I know it, and I have another birthday.
Who's having birthday?
Jackie Clearman. Happy birthday to you. Hope you're having a great day.
Yeah. Let's see here. We've got the festival on the 5th coming up in the Meridian area we want to remind you about. The 15th from 5 until 9, located on 5th Street. Do you realize we had the 5th on the 4th this week?
Really?
He gets tongue twisted with that.
Oh,
but that's on the way.
Yeah.
Let's see here. We got a gospel night coming up at, let's see, this is going to be at Oak Grove Church.
Oak Grove Baptist Church, 801 Oak Grove Drive.
Yeah. The Crimson City Quartet's going to be singing there. Hope you can support them and get them taken care of. Coming up on the 15th, this benefit to help this young lady that was involved in the accident here in Lauderdale County will happen. It's a fish fry. This will be out at Dalewood, $12 a plate. We hope you can help them out there. Again, that's on the 15th from 11 until 2. If you can make it by to help them also. See, another few things.
It's going to be at the Gigi's Boutique parking lot out there, if you're familiar with that.
Candy crawls galore. I see that Clark County's got theirs. And make sure to get those into us so we'll be able to talk about those next week as we get ready for Halloween. And if your little town has got one going on, we'd love to hear from you about what's happening there. Are you up to date with the latest with these two of this podcast business?
No, I haven't been keeping up
Harry
with
and
them.
Meghan. It seems to be getting bigger, the podcast side of that. And they've been in a controversy with them. They got on there and they recorded all these shows that really, really downgraded the British family. And I think since the funeral, they've been trying to pull back on that, stop it. And Netflix is not listening to them, going, we paid you for it. It's going to air.
Yeah.
Probably going to cause more problems. They should have never done it to begin with.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's betraying your family. I'm sorry. I just think that it is.
Family is family, and they just don't seem to understand that.
I can't help but feel like she's probably powering that, but I don't know. I don't know. Mm-hmm. He's going along with it, though, so.
I got a text on this, and I had forgotten about this, about the Twitter of what the lawsuit and all that, because he was claiming that they had a lot of fake accounts.
Elon Musk.
Yeah, and I'm assuming he never actually got them to come forth with how many were real and how many of them were fake.
Yeah.
I've been told over and over, if you get jumped on Twitter, don't believe it, because it's a lot of bots. And their opinions is like minute. They make it's make-believe, so to speak. We got more states that are going to have this on the ballot, as we brought up a moment ago about cannabis, as we talked about them clearing the way for it to be legal in the United States. More states going to have it on the ballot. Some of them for recreation. Some of us are going to have it for medical purposes. It's definitely a line that's coming across in America as we learn more about that.
I mean, there's a lot of businesses going up, even in our town, right? I mean, so, who knows?
Let's see here. There's thousands being released in Illinois as they introduce cash bail. No cash bail in January. State attorneys are suing over it. They're afraid that crime is going to get worse there. I think their fears are probably right.
Yeah.
It's just more and more of this every day, to where people are just backing away from what the Constitution says, back away from what the laws already are to protect us.
Well, the people who are standing by and bending to these people, they're just as much to blame, so I don't know. People are going to have to get, I've said it a million times, a backbone and stand their ground. If not, they're just going to be like throwing an anchor on even,
and I saw this the other day. It was a video that was put out, and somebody's dash camera caught it. It was a city cop, not here, had pulled someone over, and he got ready to put the handcuffs on him, and the person was 6 times, not 6, but let's say twice the cop's size, fought him. And it was about 4 folks that slammed their car into park, jumped out, and went over and helped the cop. We need more of that in America.
Yeah.
Support our cops.
Yeah.
Don't stand by and let folks take advantage.
Don't be intimidated, and don't be fearful. I mean, just try to stand your ground. So.
We'll be back Monday, 8 a.m.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners: